Good day, everyone. Thank you for being here today. On behalf of our group, I am excited to present the Communication Audit Report for the CCS OCTA organization at Laguna State Polytechnic University. This report reflects our collaborative efforts to analyze the organization communication strategies and purpose of improvements that will enhance engagement and streamline information flow. Allow me to introduce the members of our group. I am Morales Joyce Fatima together with Dylan Deary, Doria Jasper, Damiel Gabot, and lastly, Reyes RV. We have conducted a true assessment to ensure the communication channel used by CCS OCTA align with the organization goals and support its growth. This presentation marks an important step towards refining how CCS OCTA connects with its members and ensure the vital information reaches everyone effectively. Our report was submitted on January 8, 2025, and today we have eager to walk you throughout our findings and recommendation. And here's the table of contents. Before we diving into these details, here is an overview of today's presentation. We have structured these reports into key 13 sections, starting with an introduction to CCS OCTA and purpose behind of this audit. Where we will then discuss the methodologies we use together gather data, followed by a general overview of organization itself. Next, we will explore the communication channels currently in the place, along with an analysis of their effectiveness. We'll highlight the strengths, weaknesses, were identified, and offer practical recommendation to address areas for improvement. Following that, we will present the project charter, which outlines the objectives, scope, and key deliverables of this initiative. You will also see the Gantt charts, which provides a timeline overview of the project phases. Finally, we discuss how to structured feedback will be implemented, the expected outcomes of this project, and conclude the next step for the CCS OCTA. By the end of this presentation, we hope to provide a clear path forward enhancing communication within the organization. For the introduction, to begin, let me introduce you to CCS OCTA. This student-led organization under Service Management Program at Laguna State Polytechnic University, the primary focus of CCS OCTA is to create a community where students from computer science and information technologies program can collaborate and develop leadership skills and engage in various initiatives that contribute to their personal and professional growth. Effective communication is vital to success of any organization, and CCS OCTA is no exemption. As the organization continues the growth, the need for seamless, structured, and engaging communication becomes even more critical. This audit was conducted to assess how will the current communication practices align with the organization objectives. And our goal is to identify areas that are working well and highlight opportunities for improvement. And throughout the process, we aim to ensure that CCS OCTA's communication strategies is not only facilitate smooth information flow, but also foster a stronger sense of connection among members. In following section, we will detail how we approach this audit and the insight were gained along the way. And next, let's proceed to the next slide.
Methodology. Purpose. The audit assesses the effectiveness of communication strategies within CCS OCTA. We utilize interviews with key stakeholders, feedback surveys, and reviews of communication tools such as Facebook, Messenger, and email. Direct observations during meetings provided further insight into communication dynamics. So the purpose of this communications audit is to assess the effectiveness of CCS OCTA's communication strategies and tools To gather comprehensive data, we employed multiple methods. We conducted interviews with key stakeholders, distributed feedback surveys, and analyzed communication tools such as Facebook, Messenger, and email. Next is general information about CCS Octa. CCS Octa, under the Service Management Program, connects students from CS and IT fields. The organization bridges academic and extracurricular activities through collaborative initiatives. Leadership ensures alignment with CCS goals, fostering a culture of engagement and professional growth. So CCS Octa serves as a bridge between academic and extracurricular activities for students within the CCS and IT fields at LSPU. So the organization plays a significant role in enhancing both professional and personal growth by organizing events, workshops, and fostering an environment of collaboration. So the leadership of CCS Octa ensures alignment with the goals of the service management program, aiming to nurture a culture of engagement, leadership, and continuous learning among its members. So next is communication channels. The audit assesses the effectiveness of communication strategies within CCS Octa. We utilize interviews with key stakeholders, feedback surveys, and reviews of communication tools such as Facebook, Messenger, and email. Direct observations during meetings provided further insights into communication dynamics. So CCS Octa utilizes several communication channels to stay connected with its members. So the primary tool for announcements and event promotions is Facebook, which is used to engage members in discussions, share updates, and promote activities. So for quick and informal communication, Messenger is commonly used, while email serves as the official channel for formal correspondence. So
So the next slide is the effectiveness analysis, which have the strengths, which are the Facebook and Messenger are widely used and accessible. Real-time updates through Messenger, and lastly, the professional tone and clarity in announcement. Its weaknesses are information overload in Messenger, cluttered Facebook page with non-essential posts, and limited feedback collection channel. So, in this slide, based on our observations and feedback, we found that while the existing communication channel serves their purposes, there are areas of improvement. One challenge is information overload in Messenger, where too many messages can overwhelm members. Reducing the effectiveness of quick communication, Facebook, while effective for engagement, often becomes cluttered with non-essential posts. Furthermore, although email is professional communication tool, it is not always checked regularly by members. So these issues point uh, to need a better organization and streamlining of communication within the organization. So moving on, we have the analysis, the data analysis, which have the strengths of a strong social media presence, quick communication channels, and a high member engagement. While its weaknesses are the messenger overload, limited structured feedback options, and overdependence on the Facebook. So this slide states that through our analysis, we identified several strengths and weaknesses, which I already uh, said in the communication practices in CCS Octa. The strengths said that there is high engagement on Facebook, where members actively interact with post and event announcements. While in Messenger, it ensures quick response, making it effective for real-time communication. And lastly, in email, it is used for professionally for official correspondence, maintaining a level formality. While its weaknesses, uh, the message saturation in Messenger is a concern with too many notification and irrelevant messages. There is an over reliance on Facebook, which can create clutter and reduce focus on important updates. And lastly, there is limited structure feedback from members, preventing the organization from fully understanding areas needing improvement in communication. And lastly, the recommendation, streamlining. Categorize communication channels by urgency. Facebook will handle general announcement, while Messenger will be reserved for critical updates. Introducing Telegram or Discord will help segment conversation by topic and minimizing information overload. Uh, it states here that one of our main recommendation is the implementation of structured feedback mechanism. We propose using anonymous online service or surveys such as Google Forms after each event or activity. These surveys will gather insights on a member satisfaction, communication clarity, and areas for improvement. While additionally, we suggest conducting quarterly surveys to track the progress of communication strategies over time. This continuous feedback loop will allow CCS OCTA to adapt and improve its communication practices based on member input. And that's it. Thank you.
So now in this slide, we will tackle the recommendations feedback. So the goal of this slide is to introduce the structured feedback mechanisms that will improve the communication within CCS OCTA. Feedback is critical for understanding how well the organization is doing and where the improvements are needed. This slide is focuses on the importance of collecting and analyzing member feedback, which directly impacts member engagement and satisfaction. So implement anonymous online surveys after events using Google Forms. Quarterly surveys will track member satisfaction and gather insight on communication clarity. This structured feedback loop will ensure ongoing improvements and enhance member engagement. So one of the key recommendations we propose is the implementation of structured feedback mechanisms to gather valuable insights from members. Currently, while CCS Octa receives informal feedback, there's no consistent process to track and analyze it over time. So to address this, we suggest introducing anonymous online surveys using Google Forms. These surveys will distributed after every major event or activity by allowing members to share their thoughts anonymously. We hope to encourage honest feedback without the fear of judgment. This will provide us with a clear understanding of what aspects of communication are effective and where adjustment are needed. In addition, to post-event surveys, we recommend conducting quarterly surveys to assess overall member satisfaction and track the clarity of communication across all channels. By collecting feedback regularly, CCS Opta can identify trends and address the any recurring issues before they grow larger. This structured feedback loop will ensure that the organization remains responsive to the needs of its members, and the ultimate goal of this is to create an environment where every members feel heard and valued. Not only will this lead to improve engagement, but will also foster a culture of continuous improvement, strengthening CCS Octa's ability to connect and collaborate effectively. So the next slide is the project charter. So the project charter provides an overview of the project goals, scope, and deliverables. It defines the why, what and how of the communication improvements. This slide ensures that everyone understand the purpose and structure of the project, making it clear that will be achieved. So the first is the project objective, enhance communication channels and member engagement. So the primary objective of this project is to enhance communication channels and improve member engagement within CCS Octa. Effective communication is key to ensuring that all members are informed, involved, and able to contribute to the organization's success. Next is the scope, develop surveys, create communication channels, and train officers. So the scope of the project includes the development of feedback surveys, the creation of new communication channels, and the training of officers on how to manage and use these channels effectively. This step will provide a more structured and efficient way for members to communicate and stay engaged. And lastly, key deliverables, feedback forms, Telegram or Discord setup, and engagement reports. So, these key deliverables for this project will include the creation and implementation of feedback forms, the set of a new communication platform such as Telegram or Discord, and the production of engagement report to track the effectiveness of these changes. These deliverables will help ensure the CCS Octa's communication processes are continuously improving and aligning with the needs of its members. So the next slide is the Gantt chart. So this chart outlines the key tasks, their start and end dates, and how long each task will take. So this timeline is divided into two main phases, December 2024 to January 2025. So let's break it down step by step. So let's start with the task schedule for December 2024. This is the initial phase of our project, focusing on preparation and data gathering. So first task is the initial meetings with stakeholders. So scheduled from December 20 to December 2022, lasting in 2 days. During this phase, we will meet with key stakeholders to discuss the project goals, align expectations, and set groundwork for the next steps. Second is survey and feedback for form development. So next on December, it's from December 23, we will spend 1 day designing the survey and feedback forms. These forms will help us collect the necessary information to guide our project decisions. Next is the distribution of surveys on December 27. We will distribute the surveys. This is a 1 day task where we ensure that the surveys reach the target audience for maximum engagement and input. Next is the data collection analysis. So on December 28 to 29, we will collect and analyze the survey responses. This is a critical 1 day step that will give us insights to develop action, actionable recommendations. Transition to January. So moving on January 2025, this phases focuses on finalizing recommendations, drafting reports, and preparing for the presentation. So first is development of recommendations. On January 2, we will dedicate 1 day to developing recommendation based on the analyzed data. These recommendations will form the foundation for the final report. And next is the drafting of final report. The next step is this task will span January 3 to January 4, taking 2 days to compile our findings and recommendations into a comprehensive document. And lastly, presentation preparation from January to January 5, we will prepare the final presentation. This 2 day task ensures that our findings are communicated effectively and visually in a way that resonates with the audience. So this Gantt chart gives us a clear timeline and structure for executing the project. By following this plan, we can stay organized, meet the deadlines, and provide results efficiently.
Structured feedback implementation. feedback will be an ongoing process. After each event, feedback forms will be shared to gather insights from members. The data collected will be analyzed to determine areas for improvement, and adjustments will be made accordingly. The cyclical feedback process will ensure that CCS Octa remains responsive to the needs of its members, continuously enhancing the communication strategies used within the organization. Expected outcomes. The expected outcomes of this project are improved member engagement, clearer communication, and increased participation in events. We also anticipate that the officers will experience a reduced workload due to better organization of communication and a more streamlined approach. These improvements will enhance the operational efficiency of CCS Octa and strengthen its ability to connect and engage with members effectively. For our conclusion, this part of the audit serves a comprehensive overview of how communication currently functions with the CCS Octa organization. By identifying strengths, we acknowledge the areas where the organization excels, which can be reinforced and maintained. Excuse me. On the other hand, recognizing areas for improvement is crucial for growth. The recommended strategies aim to address communication gaps, enhance clarity, and promote transparency among members. With better communication channels and practices, collaboration with the organization can significantly improve. This not only streamlines operations but also boosts members' engagement and satisfaction, fostering a more positive and productive environment. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that every member feels heard and informed, leading to stronger teamwork and a more cohesive organization. That is all. Thank you.